Hi there, I'm Michael with Etrailer.com. Today we're going to look at this extended swivel RV TV counter mount. This is going to connect to a horizontal surface. Could be a counter or in or below a cabinet, and then it will allow you to hold your RV's television on the top here. This will extend out about 7 inches. So that you can pull it out of the cabinet or whatever the case may be that you're wanting to extend that out. And then it will swivel from side to side. Now they say it's about 30 inches or 30 degrees of swiveling capability. As you can see, I'm getting a lot more here, but it is really going to depend on the size of your television. Obviously, if your television sticks out farther than this, it might not be able to swivel that much. But then on the sides here, you can see these bolts. Depending on how we want our television to be tilted, we can tilt that forward. If our stand is up a little bit higher, we want our television to point down so that we can see it when we're sitting on the couch or something like that. Or if we want it to be straight on, we've got several different options there. And then we just tighten down that bolt to wherever we have that setting that we want. Our locking mechanism here is going to secure our television when we're using it or when we want to travel. Just lift up on the bar here on the bottom, and we can slide that back in. There we go. So the pads on the back here, you just saw it was kind of hard for me to get that to lock in. There are pads, bumpers here. So if we do have this swiveled at all, it won't let it go back far enough for that lock to sit in place. So we do have to pull it back to square for that to connect again. We could potentially adjust these bumpers. They are on screws, so they could adjust out. So if we wanted to keep it permanently tilted to one side or another, we could potentially adjust those so that it wouldn't be as big a deal when we have to retract it. But that locking mechanism is going to keep it from sliding out as we're going down the road. If we hit a bump or something like that, we're not going to have to worry about it swinging out on us. Very simple to get this installed. Bolts on the bottom here, they do include hardware to get it mounted in place. But then on the top here, you can see we do have lots of different mounting options for our different size televisions. So if you're familiar with TV mounts, the standard for most TVs is the Vesa, V-E-S-A. So we've got 3 different Vesa compliant mounting patterns here for either a 75 millimeter by 75 millimeter to a 100 millimeter by 100 millimeter or up to a 200 millimeter by 200 millimeter. So typically that's going to be up to about a 32-inch size television. This will hold about 50 pounds, so should do a good job of holding most of your RV TVs as long as they're not bigger than that. So go off of that Vesa compliant mounting pattern, whatever your television has, to make sure that this is going to work for you. As far as our dimensions go, when we have it fully retracted like this, we are going to have to accommodate both that locking mechanism at the front and our bar sticking out at the back here. So we are right about 18 inches deep. We've got a height of 19.5 inches and a width here at our plate of about 9 1/8 of an inch. So keep that in mind. If you are planning on putting this in a cabinet, make sure that that's going to fit for you. When we have it extended out, it's still the same height. It's that 19 1/4 of an inch. The width is still the same, 9 1/8 of an inch. But now our depth has decreased because we no longer have to accommodate for this. So it's really just from the back of our plate here up to the front, and that's going to be about 16 inches. Our base mounting plate here is right about 6 inches wide and 8 inches deep. Our TV mounting plate is that 9 1/4 of an inch by about 9 3/8 of an inch tall. And like I said, they do include lots of hardware for you here. So this is just the mounting hardware for you to get this mounted in place. So you've got several different screw options here. They do have instructions on how to get everything installed, but then they also include several different packets of hardware to get your television mounted. So depending on what kind of TV you have, you should have plenty of different options to make sure that it's going to work, be compatible with that. So overall, I think this is going to be a nice option for you if you are a little bit limited in space in your RV. You want to be able to kind of tuck the TV away while you're traveling and then kind of extend it out, turn it so that whatever viewing area you have to use can see the television easily. So overall, I think this is a nice, sturdy TV mount. I don't think you're going to have any problems with it falling apart or breaking or anything like that. So I think you'll be very happy with it in the long run if that's the kind of setup that your RV calls for. This is made here in the USA, so you can trust it's made to the high quality standards that we've come to know and trust for products that are made here in the US. So overall, I think this is going to be a great option for those of you who need a 7-inch extension swivel mount. That's going to complete our look for today. Again, I'm Michael with Etrailer.com. Thanks for watching.